What is up, guys? LA Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 3 of my Madden 16 fantasy draft franchise. Oh my lord, am I excited to be back in the business, back recording videos. Now, I know, guys, I took another big break, and I feel so bad about it because I feel like I just can't win sometimes. Now, I'll explain the reasoning for my break very soon. Actually, at the end of the video, I'll explain it, so for those of you who want to stay tuned, or even if you just care about that, you can skip to the end. I'm going to be talking about it, but either way, we're going to start off with some big-time moves from a big-time player. Odell with a crazy spin move on the kick return. He's going to move to the right side of the field, and in the open field, although he got close, nobody's catching up to Odell Beckham Jr., and he's going to get that nice leap into the end zone, and as you guys know, Odell is now going to hit the whip. So here we go. We're going to start off with a 7-0 lead. No complaints with that. 7 points in 10 seconds. You really just can't start off any better than that. Odell, big player. That actually makes me think, though, maybe I should move Odell out of kick returns, because if he ever got injured on a kick return, I literally will never be able to live with myself, because Odell's a big player, and he does a lot for a passing game, so if we lose him in special teams, that would just be a complete waste. But either way, we're going to go up 7-0 here with the successful point after attempt. And now, without much work from our offense, just a big play from the special teams unit, let's move on to the defensive side of the ball. So here we go. He's going to do a play action. Now, if you're looking for some of the big players on his team, you're going to see him right here, because they still have Antonio Brown, although it was a fancy draft, and he is going to make his presence known very early in this game with about a 50 or 60 yard bomb from Matt Ryan to hook him up on the left sideline. So here we go. Once again, they're going to aim over the middle. This time, it's not going to be successful. We're going to actually knock that ball down. But Matt Ryan thought to himself, well, if a bomb to Antonio Brown worked one time, let's try it again. So he's going to throw a bomb to him on the left side of the field. Watch closely about Antonio Brown's feet work, though. If you look very closely, you see the flag, and you guys are probably thinking, did he get the touchdown? He did not. If you looked closely, he actually stepped out of bounds before coming back in bounds to catch the ball. Therefore, he was called for an illegal touching, and the play was reversed. It actually was a 10-yard penalty, I believe. So it made the field goal a little bit more difficult, but the kicker had no problem with that. So they're going to knock the field goal home, and we're only going to have a 7-3 lead. Right here, Ladarius Green's going to give us some momentum, though, with a 30-yard, or about 20 yards run after catch and about a 5-yard catch. And here we go. We're going to give the ball up the middle to Jamal Charles, and all that momentum is lost after he fumbles this ball. Now, Jamal Charles has never been the greatest at carrying the ball. He's just a very good open field player. But right there, he did make us lose a lot of momentum, but I'm not going to hurt him about that one, because watch closely what happens to him for the rest of the game. Jamal Charles really does go off this game, and it's a pretty impressive sight. So here we go. They have Matt Forte. Let me just name this lineup. They have Matt Ryan, Matt Forte, and Antonio Brown. That's a pretty dirty 1-2-3 combo, if you ask me. It was very difficult to stop. It's right here. They're going to throw it to Antonio Brown over the middle. It's like I just can't win sometimes. Now, right there, we had Pat P actually covering him. I don't know. I thought Pat P was the type of guy who can cover most corner or most receivers, but apparently not Antonio Brown. That's not much of an insult to him, though, because Antonio Brown is a complete beast. But they're actually going to get the touchdown pass over to the right side of the field right there. Jamal Charles is going to get this nice run up the middle. And, well, we're only down by 3, so it's not a big deal. But sadly, since we did start off with the ball, we want to be able to get at least a lead before halftime. I know it's a lot thinking forward since we're not even at the end of the first quarter. But we do end up stepping up our game a little, or actually a lot, in this next quarter. So just pay close attention to that. Right here, we're going to run the ball up the middle to Jamal Charles once again. And right here at 3rd and 12, I try to go with the HB screen. I know this isn't Jamal Charles in the game, but we're going to try our backup, Michael. And he is actually going to break loose for a 75-yard touchdown. I don't know what is up with this guy, but every time he is put in the game, even though he's the backup, he always gets big runs and he gets big catches. Sometimes he almost looks like he's faster than Jamal Charles, and I don't understand why. But right here, Jamal Charles is going to be wrapped up in the backfield, and once again, we're going to be staying here at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. This time, we're going to try a passing play. We're going to throw it to the left side to Ladarius Green, and man, can this guy shake and bake in the open field. A spin move on one guy, a juke move on another, and it's just him and the safety on a foot race, and he is going to win. So we are going to get a huge touchdown from Ladarius Green. Now, I don't know when this guy's contract ends, but when it does, Ladarius Green deserves some big numbers on that contract because he is a great player. And if you guys, it seems like he doesn't even get that much recognition in the real NFL. He's actually the backup tight end for the Chargers behind Antonio Gates. And he's pretty good, and it's weird because The game recognizes him as a pretty good player, but I don't think many people actually know where he comes from. But right here, we're going to get a big play to Emmanuel Sanders, and watch closely as the cornerback actually wrapped up the legs of the safety. That's the only reason Sanders was able to get that touchdown. The cornerback and the safety collided, and because of that, we're going to get a 28-10 lead. I told you guys I was going to step up in this next quarter, and man, was I correct, because we got 21 points in that second quarter. So here we go, 28-10. Now we're going to try to prevent them from getting any points on the board, but it's looking a little bleak right here as they're going to move on to our side of the field. But with only 12 seconds left in the half, if we can get a stop here, they won't get any points on the board. Sadly, that will not be the case. They move down to our 31-yard line, and their kicker already made a 47-yard field goal earlier, so a 48-yard field goal is not too different, and he's going to manage to knock this one home too. So because of that, it's going to be only a 28-13 lead for us. So they're going to get the ball at halftime. That's the one problem, is we're going to try to get a stop here, try to remain as a two possession lead. And I don't know what it is, but if you guys remember, my tackling is terrible, and that little trend is going to continue here, as we're going to miss a tackle there, and they're going to get about 40 extra yards out of it. And because of that, that may be the reason we actually ended up losing this possession, because they're going to get a touchdown here, and now we're only up by 8. And this is a little bit of an issue, guys. We got to get something going here. We're going to try to run to the right side. Watch my right guard here. He's going to get a block. He's going to pancake 2 players. It's so unbelievable. I want you guys to rewind and watch that guy's blocking. He literally pancaked 2 guys, and he's honestly the reasoning. He's the reasoning for that run, and he's the only reason that run became so great, because without great blockers, you can only do so much. Just watch him. Pancake. He moves downfield. Pancake again. Beautiful play. Beautiful blocking. And Jamal Charles is just going to follow the blocks all the way downfield. And that's going to be about a 70 to 80 yard run. I didn't check specifically how long that run was, but I think the Steelers got a little bit jealous. They saw my big run, and Forte thought, man, I could do that. And guess what? He does. He starts running downfield, but guess what? I have Patrick Peterson. You're not going to get too far away from him, and he's going to catch up to him in the open field, knock him down at our 10-yard line, I should say. So here we go. They're going to get their possession once again. They're going to move down, and look at my bad luck. It's 3rd and 7, but somehow they're going to manage to get in that 1 inch between the first down line and the goal line. And so they're going to be at 1st and goal at our 1-yard line. Not really much we can do in this situation, and they're going to be able to get the touchdown there. So I believe now is, 35-27. Now that's only an 8-point lead. That's not quite enough for me. Jamal Charles is going to get a big run there to the right side of the field. Like I said, Jamal Charles ended up having a very big day. If you look at his stats at the top when they pop down after that run, they're very impressive. Now right here, we're going to throw a big bomb over to the left side of the field to our man, Odell Beckham. He's going to get within the 5-yard line. And here we go. We're only 4 yards away from the end zone. And you guys know me. I always like to punch it in. And we're going to do just that right here. We're just going to hand it off to our fullback. We're not going to take any risks. Fonte Leach is a big boy, and he's going to manage to get that 1 yard to give us a 2-possession lead once again. So now we are up by 15. And guys, I'm not going to lie, this is basically the last big play of the game, and I'll explain why. As he's going to throw a bomb to the left side of the field, I don't know how my safety worked his way into catching that one, but he barely got 2 feet in bounds. The play will not be reversed, and because of that, we're going to get not only a 2-possession lead, but we're going to get the ball in our possession. And I won't lie, nothing really interesting happens. The only scoring that happens for the rest of the game is the Steelers are able to get a field goal, and that doesn't get them anywhere close to actually winning the game, as we come out here with a 42-30 victory. And I kept a lot of the last parts of the game. I'll explain real quick what happened. I don't know why, but for some reason it stopped recording the last 40 seconds of the game, and because of that, there actually will not be a box score. I can't show you guys the stats at the end of the game, sadly, but I'm going to keep this last minute and a half of the game in here just to real briefly talk to you guys about what happened, about the reasoning of why I couldn't post for the past 2 months, for those of you who are curious. Now, for starters, right after I posted my last video, that was about 2 months ago, it's for some reason my computer's motherboard crashed, and because of that, you can't just easily fix a motherboard. And I talked to my computer fixer, and he said it's cheaper just to buy a new computer rather than fix a motherboard. And because of that, I ended up just having to buy a new computer, and that's not cheap. It's not an easy investment. Not only that, but of course, just my luck, I bought a computer that just doesn't work well with recording devices, and because of that, I had a lot of difficulties trying to figure out how to record on this computer. And after about 3 weeks to a month, I finally figured it out, and that's why I'm posting now. I finally figured it out, and I'm really happy. I'm so grateful to finally be back in the community. And not only that, I'm so grateful for you guys, because I checked YouTube for the first time in about a month today. Realized I had about 200 more subscribers than I did when I last checked, and there's just nothing like it. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much, and just like this video if you enjoyed, comment your opinions, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm just really happy and thankful for you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.